Well, we know that SSANU did call off, they use call off suspend. So now they suspended that indefinite strike. All right, so let's get some brief words from Comrade Mohammed Ibrahim, who is the national president of SSANU, about that release of theirs yesterday. Good morning, and thank you for joining us today. Well, your release is circulated about the suspension of the strike. So, what's the implication of this? How have those concerns SSANU raised been addressed now, and if not, to what extent? Good morning, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so tell us, the suspension of this strike, does that mean that the requests that SSANU tabled have been addressed?
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. We met with government severally, but it culminated into signing of an MOA. This time around, government officials. MOA stands for Memorandum of Action. And the takeaway this time around is that most of the issues we have tabled have now been given definitive timelines. And we are hopeful that such agreement will see the light of the day. And there are some actions also taken with a view to sorting out the most pressing problems, especially with regards to the mutilated salaries of our members, as a result of our joining IPPIS. There is an active committee of which I'm a member, and the committee has already started work, and we have collated all our issues, and the committee is working on them already. And I want to confirm that government has shown some level of seriousness this time around, and we are hopeful that we will not be disappointed.
Well, that's comforting to hear, but what's the assurance that this time around it's for real and will not come back to this table in a short while from now?
Well, I think the onus of making sure that we do not have to go back through this cycle is on the government itself, because for us, we have listened to the voices of Nigerians, and especially our teaming young men who are the students and also the parents. We would have remained adamant, but because we are a reasonable and responsible set of people, we have felt that keeping this strike too long may be counterproductive to the development of the country. And because government also has seen reason to, put up an MOA, Memorandum of Action, and not the usual Memorandum of Understanding, we are hopeful that the music has changed and the dance steps should also change.
Well, you also talked about, that government has shown some measure of seriousness. Government showed the same measure of seriousness in 2009 or thereabouts, and then the call at the time was suspended or called off, whichever one. And those agreements were tabled. So what are these levels of seriousness that you have seen from government that's giving you the certainty that this time around it's for real?
Yeah, if you put it on a weighing scale, the sign of seriousness government has shown now cannot be commensurate or the same with the one in 2009, because I've just mentioned that part of our problems is the issue of the mutilated salaries that our members have been suffering, since February last year. And the issues were that some of the allowances that they were supposed to get, were chopped off completely. And before we even signed that agreement yesterday, a committee has been put in place. And that committee is chaired by the Director of Higher Education at the Federal Ministry of Education. And it has the representation of the Director of IPPIS and the Office of the Chairman of the Salaries and Wages Commission. And then the unions are represented. Like I've said, I'm a member of the committee, and we have started working. And we have collated all those people, those of our members in NASU and SSANU that have had these problems, and that we have got definitive timelines that within which these problems will be sorted. Hitherto, this was not the case. Committees will be formed, unions will not be represented, and therefore we will not be able to hold them accountable to what is happening. But for now, we are there. And if for any reason we realize that there is a snag or there is a cock in the wheel of that progress, we will bolt out and we will let the public know. And this is why we are saying that we are hopeful that the new vigor put in by government in solving this problem will be sustained, and that we wouldn't have to go back to the trenches again.
All right, comrade, we do thank you for your time, and we hope that all of this is sorted as you have indicated.